Hello guys, and welcome back to the Kerbal Space program. So recently I just stumbled upon this bus designed from the film called I, Robot. I, Robot is actually starring Will Smith. If you know him, then I suggest you watch the film. It's not a bad film, a little bit weird at some point. It's a sci-fi, in case you're interested. But anyway, so I found this bus, and it's a pretty interesting bus because the whole purpose of the bus is to deploy robots, right? Which is the whole purpose. Like, the whole film is about robots. That's about it. Just these really evil robots. Anyway, so this bus is made to deploy the robots, hence the name US Robotics on the picture there. It took, I don't know, maybe 2 hours to actually design this whole thing. Not that bad, actually. And it turned out more well than expected. Because sometimes it is a little bit difficult to design something that's in a film. Anyway, but we pretty much just start on the basic structure as what we are doing here, and it's actually already looking pretty good. It's got nothing on it, but it's looking good. So yeah, place the main structure. That beam there is really important. Take away the beam, nothing will work. So everything is pretty much connected to that center point there in that beam. So, and for those of you that are curious and wondering why Designs of the Week, I'm not making any more of those episodes, it's because Designs of the Week has been changed into single designs that I'm featuring, such as this. So instead of doing multiple designs and calling it Designs of the Week, we're doing single designs like this. Now at the moment we are testing the actual design. I wanted to see if the design would actually move on the ground without smashing. As well as that, I wanted to see where struts needed to be placed. But at this point we have finished the design. A bit of a time skip there again, as usual. In the front there, if you see those little rectangular blocks in the front, if you did see... anyway, those are electronic packs, I think, or banks. I don't know. I always forget. I think it's a bank, but electric bank. That's probably what it's called. When it comes to moving left or right, it does take a bit of time to do so. I do obviously have the ability to turn left and right enabled for those wheels on the front there, but still not enough. Surprisingly, the whole design here doesn't actually tip on the hill. Notice how everything is on an angle there. So that's a good thing. I was very much surprised. And the only issue with the design that I had at this point, overall, the only issue was the fact that on both ends at the front there, you might actually see it. Yeah, see that? Yeah, that beam actually was too close to the ground, and so it pretty much just smashed the entire front of the design, which is it was an easy fix actually. The way I fixed it was by moving the wheels down a bit lower so that those beams wouldn't actually get hit onto the ground. But here's the most important part of this whole design. You like that, guys? Yeah. Bang! And you know what's smashing? The separatrons on that shielding that just came off is the one that smashed. This has over 1,200 parts. Last time I looked it was 1,500, but I did take away a few parts. In fact, I had a lot more missiles. There's missiles for your information, and we have just pressed spacebar to launch those missiles, and bang. Yes, absolute destruction everywhere. It's so cool. Look at that on both sides. Imagine that in a real life scenario. That would just be terrible. Don't want to be near that thing. Nope, definitely not. So this is kind of like an aerial view, showing more destruction of the design. Pretty much this is the whole point of the design, just to blow up things, nothing else. I mean, in the actual film, it was to deploy robots, so then they would do their destructive things. In this case, it's the missiles, which still do the same thing in the end, destructive things. So there you go. But probably this is more dangerous than the robots, I would suspect. Again, so press spacebar, launch. Yeah, if your computer can't handle 1,200 parts, then I don't advise you to load this thing, because after launching all these missiles, your computer might crash. So, or just the application of KSP will crash. And look at that! Oh, it's gonna crash! It's gonna crash! Look at that, moving like 3 meters per second or something there. It's a huge crash. Nah, it's just a whole bunch of explosions and barely anything happens. I guess it was just the lights in the front there, illuminators. Because the actual design appears to have lights on them, on the front and back. So this is a close-up view. of the missiles. Pretty cool missiles. I love how well they work. It's so amazing. The design turned out so well, and it looks almost exactly like the actual design. Yeah, and it's good because the actual design it's actually colored gray. Sorry for the stumbling there. And you know, in the game, this whole design is gray. So what else do you want? It's pretty good. But anyway, guys, I really do hope you enjoyed. I download the link in the description for you to test out the design. And look how far the missiles went, all the way down to the runway. That's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and see you next time.